up, guys? Today we are looking at a shotgun mic that mounts on camera. This is by Comica. It is the Traxshot Transformable all-in-one shotgun microphone. So full disclosure, they did send me this for free and they are paying me to create a review about it. Now, a couple of things with that. They are not reviewing this to make sure that I'm not saying something derogatory. I'm saying whatever I want to say and posting it, and they're going to see it, you know, after I've created this video. But this microphone is really interesting to me, and I'm going to dig into why here in a minute. So I haven't really listened back to it and done a lot with it, so we're going to kind of look at this together. But super nice note here to Daniel Bernard. Nice to meet you. Have a great day. Nori, this is one of the guys that hit me up at Comica for the Traxshot camera. So let's dig into this and talk about why this is an interesting microphone and why you may find it useful for your videos, drum videos, vlogs yourself. Let's look at it. Okay, so let's talk about what you get. First of all, you've got this carrying case. It's thick, it's plush, it's got foam. It's actually really nice, useful because this is kind of, as far as shotgun mics go, I don't want to say it's fragile, but there's some, you know, these microphones a little more extended out from the body of the mic. So that's nice. It's got these two little dead cats windscreens on here. Comes with a manual that tells you about it. It's got a cable for audio and then a charging port via USB. So the first thing that makes this unique is, check this out. And then finally, that. So this is, as they advertise, a transformable shotgun mic. So what this really does, and what's interesting to me, is the ability to really change the direction of these mics. So if I want to start, you know, if I'm vlogging and I want to have it facing this direction, obviously that makes sense. You got both mics facing here. Then if you are capturing content like a drum video, you have the option to go 30 degrees, or you can go 90 degrees. You can, you know, go like side to side, which may not be more applicable for drums. But this is what's really interesting, is you can have this mode where you can shoot forward and back. So if you're a vlogger, this is interesting because, as you've seen in some of my videos, if you go from shooting yourself talking about a product to then shooting the product itself, I have to stop and adjust this microphone, or I face a big audio drop. So theoretically with this microphone, I've got great audio either direction, right? So I can say, this is my drink, Red Bull. It's unhealthy, has lots of sugar, but I really like it. Look at it. And then I can shoot the product. So that's what's really interesting to me about this microphone. So we're gonna see, what does it sound like as a vlog mic? You know, what can it handle? And what does it sound like maybe on drums? Is this stereo? Also, this is obviously something that's really interesting, is the option to shoot, maybe, you know, if you're shooting drums, having a stereo sound like image is really appealing as well. So other physical things about it, this is all metal. So this, like all this stuff is metal. This body is metal. This whole thing is metal. So the construction is actually really, really nice. It's stout, it's sturdy. This tactile like click here, if you can hear this, it's nice, like going from setting to setting. Clicks in really well. Also, this little shock mount guy right here, it's got these four little like rubber, I don't know if you want to call them cushiony, bouncy things, but shock mount, right? So absorbing that shock. Then you have the output for, you know, to go like into your camera. You've got the charging port, USB, and then you also have headphones. So this could be good if you have a camera that doesn't have a built-in headphone jack, like you just have a mic in but no headphone jack. You can actually monitor off the microphone, which is good. And then it's got a dial here for gain 1 through 10, which is helpful. Now let's talk about what the different features are in the microphone. So if you pop open this manual, you can see that it's got a couple of different modes that you can shoot in. So if you power it on, you look at this, it has mono mode, which is facing forward. It has S1, which is the 30-degree stereo mode, S2, which is the 90-degree stereo mode, and then T, which is the bi-directional mode. So again, let's power this on. and let's look at kind of the menu and what you're looking at when you see this. So I'm gonna power the unit on. I'll face this towards you guys. So right now it's set in T, which again corresponds with this mode, you know, the kind of that bi-directional. I can cycle through this, these modes. So M, which is mono, it is a mono signal. S1, which again is this 30 degree. S2 is the 90 degree. And then T again. And there's actually that image there that corresponds and tells you what is what. So what I don't know, what I've been trying to figure out after looking at this, is what the difference in the pickup, or for instance, why does it matter to the brains of this microphone if you're at 30 degrees or 90 degrees? Because I think that the function would be the same, but obviously the pickup pattern is different. So I'm not really sure, honestly, what that is. The only one immediate drawback for my specific application on this mic is the fact that it is a mic that requires power and is a built-in battery versus just having a completely passive, I guess passive is the right word, microphone that's, you know, that doesn't need a battery or power or to be charged. Because again, if this is your only mic and you go out and the battery's not charged, well, you're stuck. Now, again, I don't necessarily see this as just a replacement for your normal just shotgun mic for your camera, but if you're doing a little more specific shoot, or you're doing an interview, right, where you're interviewing someone and you're the interviewee and you're the interviewer, then obviously this is more of a specialty mic where you can have that set up where your camera, you're talking to someone and then you're shooting yourself. Or then also, you know, if you're shooting drums, you know, you need to get some good on-camera audio and you're shooting that. Or again, maybe you're on stage and you want to shoot, that's not one of the options they have to talk about, but you're shooting side to side. It's just a more versatile mic, more of a specialty mic to add versus just having a single, you know, microphone. So let's get this wired up. Let's switch over to the audio on this and see what it sounds like. Okay, guys, we are handheld on the Comica Traxshot. This is in the mono mode, just mounted on my A6600. So this thing, it's funny, like just holding it, the little mic is just like wobbling. So I'm curious to see if you're hearing any of that. I think because that shock mount is trying to do such a good job of absorbing impact, but it's kind of loose. So let me see. Obviously, I wouldn't do this, but see if you're hearing any of this noise, because if you're walking or running, that may be, you know, an option for you. So we'll see if you get any of that noise in there. Now, I'm going to take this. I'm going to, not that I would do this if I was just shooting talking head like me, but let me switch it over to the S1 mode, which I think like creates a stereo sound, and I'm going to put the mics to 30 degrees and see what it sounds like. So let me switch over to that. Okay, so now I'm in S1. I've switched over the mode, so I think these are now like in stereo, right? So if I tap on one, maybe you get like the left side, or tap on the other, you get the right side. So as far as the gain on here, I've got I think this mic actually runs pretty hot because I've got it between 2 and 3 out of 10, and then I can't remember what my camera is set on. The A6600 does not have an audio mode, so I think I have it set like 30% on here. So the signal I'm getting looks good as far as the audio level. So it may run kind of hot, which may be good for interviewing, because again, it's a shotgun mic. It's going to pick up, you know, great, but that may be troublesome for really high volume situations, like maybe capturing drums like we're going to do in a minute. So we're going to try that out and see if I can find a good setting. Obviously, audio is always a little bit tricky to take some troubleshooting, so this may not turn out great. I'm literally slapping this microphone on here. Sometimes it takes a while to get your settings dialed in and balanced, so whatever your camera is, you may have to figure that out. But this is S1 mode, so let me switch over to S2 mode, which again is not necessarily practical for this setting, but let's just see what it sounds like. So now I'm in S2 mode, and these mics are literally pointed away from me, so if I were to go to the side, I'm talking into one of the mics, and then if I'm going over here, now I'm talking into the other mic. Curious to see what that sounds like. And so finally, let me switch over to the bidirectional, or what's called T on here, and see what that sounds like. Okay, there we go. Now I'm shooting in the bidirectional mode. So I got one mic pointed at me, which I think I'm not sure if this does stereo. It looks like on here that this turns this signal mono. I need to look at the manual. But so if I'm doing this, now if we're going to look at Jeremiah shooting me. What's up, Jeremiah?
What's up?
So, and we got Jordan over there. Can't see him, he's in the dark behind that light. But theoretically, my voice should not be much worse. The audio quality, which on a normal shotgun mic, I would be way in the background. So, switching back around, or if I were talking to Jeremiah, how's your day been so far?
It's going good.
So, you should have good audio from both of us because I got one mic pointing towards me, one mic pointing away from me, which again, to me, is one of the most unique things about this microphone specifically is that ability to do that. So, if that works well, to me, that's awesome, especially if I know I'm going to be jumping back and forth between, you know, putting my face in the camera, then looking at a product. And so the other thing I really want to know is how does this stack up for live sound for things like drums? You know, does it sound good? Does kind of the stereo imaging work? Is it helpful? So let's check that out, and then we'll listen back to all this stuff and come back and give you guys some thoughts. So let me put it back to the regular mode, like the mono mode. All right, so now I'm back on mono mode, both mics pointing towards me. So again, this thing is really stout, like it's a nice, well-built microphone from the first appearance and kind of checking it out. So we're gonna go put it in front of some drums. Both of our kits here on campus are in a cage, so it's kind of tough to get a good setting, and really putting any microphone inside of a cage is kind of a disservice because it's just so loud and cramped in there. But we'll check it out, maybe go over to our student center and see what that sounds like. And then again, we're gonna listen back to all of this, see what we think, and give us some final thoughts on this mic. So let's go put it on some drums. Okay, so we're here on our student kit. I've got the camera with the Traxshot mic, you know, I don't know, 6 feet from this. Now, again, we have a cage between us and the camera there, so this is not gonna be a test of necessarily how much sound pressure it can take. We're gonna bring the camera back here and shoot right next to me, but I do want to kind of see how the image picks up. So we're going to shoot in kind of the 30-degree angle and then also the 90-degree angle, just see what it sounds like. And then we'll bring the camera back here and see if it can handle the sound pressure. So let's see. Okay, so I just previewed back all of the different settings that we shot in, and I mean, it sounds great. The mono mode, nice and clear, great level. Again, I think I was running my camera for the first shots. I think the like at like 30% probably audio on this camera, and I think this has pretty good preamps. Sounds good, really clean, but like very low noise. Like I'm not hearing a lot of hiss or anything, even when it's just kind of quiet. So, and I'm running the gain. Obviously, there's way more gain. I think I was running it like, what, 3 Jeremiah, our first, when I was just kind of shooting myself. So there's tons of headroom in this thing. And then the shot in front of the cage, you know, the sound's not that loud. So, you know, that's not really very a good example necessarily of something. But even behind the cage, I think there's a little bit of clipping on the kind of side shot in the snare. But I mean, it sounded fine. It would be usable. And then the shot right behind my head, you know, the wider image, it worked. And then again, the bi-directional with me to Jeremiah worked really well. So, I mean, for me, for what it's supposed to do, what it claims to do, it does it really, really well. So this thing comes in, I believe, at about $180. I'm gonna link it in the description below, so you guys can check it out. So would I use this mic? Yeah, I will. I think I'll use it if I want to get audio from the drum, like a camera specifically, if I'm shooting drums, or if I know I'm gonna vlog and go back and forth from me. Because right now, on a normal shotgun mic, if I'm just using like a normal shotgun mic, I have to take that and, you know, like shoot me and then stop, either settle for bad audio if I'm flipping it around, or I have to stop, unscrew it, turn it around, put it back on, and then stop. So for me, I can just do this, put this on, and I can get one continuous shot. You know, I know that this is gonna sound fine because I'm not that worried a lot of times about noise cancellation. I just want good audio either way. So to me, this mode for vlogs is great. And then if I'm shooting drums or shooting a live, some kind of live sound, then having these different modes is great. These little windscreens on here work good. So yeah, shock mount is not noisy in the sense of when you're actually holding it. I think if you touch it, you can hear that. It's pretty sensitive. But as far as holding it, moving it around, not a lot there. So again, this is the Traxshot by Comica. Will this replace my everyday just kind of shotgun mic? No, I do think it is more of a specialty mic. Again, having the built-in battery can be a downside if you want to just throw it on, run and gun, leave it in your bag. But I think this is more of an intentional mic in the sense that you know you're going to shoot something with this mic. So I will definitely be using this. Again, thanks to Comica for sending this mic out. So check it out. The Comica Traxshot microphone, again, linked in the description below. If you got any questions about it, I'll be happy to answer them. What I didn't get into is battery life of it. I need to look that up. I'm not exactly sure. The other thing is this does work on not only your camera, but you know, an adapter to a smartphone or smart device. You can use that as well. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's a great mic. 180, you know, is, I don't want to say that's high. I think that's mid-range for a lot of these type of microphones, but this is a really versatile mic. So, you know, the question is, you know, would you use that to me? Yes, I'm going to use that for sure. So again, check it out, the Comica Traxshot microphone. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Jeremiah and Jordan for helping me set all this stuff up and shooting with me. But if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Any questions about any of the gear that we're shooting on using, again, all of that is linked in the description below. If you're not subscribed to this channel already, consider doing so. Share this with someone you think would enjoy it. And we'll see you guys in the next video.